let me show you how to use Javabat. Well, first off, what is Javabat? Well, it's a free interactive tutor that's available through a website. The limitation of it is that it requires implementation of a whole method. This means we can't do anything with it until we have methods. So it's not quite as nice as Turing's Craft. The other thing is that all it does for feedback is shows you a testing table to help you debug results. It doesn't offer any other helpful suggestions, so it's a little bit more limited. So the first thing you need to do is set up a Javabat account. So you go to codingbat.com and create an account. Please do not use Mozilla Persona, because that one does not work as well as the other way of logging in does. Make sure you use your email and that you use your real full name, even if you don't like your name. Let me show you how to create an account. You go to Create Account, you put your email here, a password there, and confirm the password in this field, and then your name there. Again, remember, please use your real full name, and then you'll create the account down there. Now I'm going to log in as me. And there we go. The next thing you need to do is to share your work. To allow me to see your progress, you need to give me permission to look at your work. This is done under Prefs with the Teacher Share. Please use my email, dtrytten@ou.edu. If you don't do this, you won't get credit because I won't be able to see what you've done. So here we are at the CodingBat website. In order to share, you go to Prefs. Here's the name, which notice you can change. There's the password, which can be changed, but this is how you share. So you'll put my email in there, and then you'll type share. Now, I already have access to the account, of course, since I've done this demo before. But once those are done, you go back to the CodingBat home. The next thing we need to do is to work a problem. Now, to work problems in CodingBat, you edit between the curly braces. For example, we'll look at the sum double. Now, I'm going to put in a wrong answer so that you see how this all works. Here's the sum double method. So let's read it first. Given two int values, return their sum, unless the two values are the same. Then return double their sum. Well, let's say we just did that first part. We just returned the sum. When you type go, it actually runs this method and checks it. So notice it's showing you what results were expected, and then it shows you whether your answer was correct or not. So for example, it tried 1, 2, and it was expecting to see a 3, and it did see a 3. Here's another one, and that's what the little green box means, by the way. When it summed 3 and 2, it expected to see a 5, and it did see a 5, so that was okay. But when we passed in 2, 2, it expected to see 8 and only saw a 4. And so notice they've marked that as wrong and put a little red box there. So there we go. The other thing is notice they have some little encouraging feedback that we're correct for more than half the tests. So let's go and actually fix this. If A equals B, return 4 times A. And otherwise we'll return AB. So when we type go now, there it goes, and it shows us that all of the test cases are correct. Now the other thing that we can do that's kind of fun is look at the progress graph for this problem. Now mine's going to look a little bit weird because I use this for demos for lots of students. So what it's showing you is what happened when you work the problem. So here we were today at 12:11, we got that many. At 12:16, did the same thing again. And then here we have all the right answers. It's really fun when you've worked hard on a problem, maybe had to submit it 5 or 10 times to see how much progress you made as you go along. So I encourage you to look at your progress graph. Grading in Javabat is done based on the number of problems that are assigned. The problem names and URLs are stored in Janux. You can work additional problems if you want. And in fact, if you feel like you need more practice, I encourage you to do that. But I don't give any extra credit for it. Javabat exercises are worth 2 points, where Turing's Craft exercises are worth 1. The reason is that Javabat exercises tend to be tricky. whereas Turing's craft tend to be more straightforward. As always with these exercises, you can do them as many times as is desired. So keep programming.